Good morning everybody, and a very warm welcome to Ringwood South. And in the background there you can see my shuttle bus just turning up. That's due out at 10:30 because today, as promised, we're on our way to Portsmouth on our Travelogue. So welcome to Susannah's Travelogue, and I am going to be travelling on that shuttle bus that's just gone. That's just going to be sitting there for a few minutes, and then we'll catch that down to Basingstoke Station, where I will then make my way on a direct train to Portsmouth. And we'll be getting off, we won't be getting off actually at Portsmouth, we'll be getting off at Hilsea, and then we'll be making our way to the Portsmouth Model Railway exhibition held and organised by the Victory Model Railway Club at the Lord Admiral Nelson School, I believe it is. Hopefully I've got that right. And hopefully it should be a good day out. I'm just going to have a good look round. I know there's a few people going, and then we'll take it from there as to who else I should meet on my travels. So we'll just take it from there really. So hopefully you'll enjoy the video, and just before I go, just before I sign off, before we get right into the nitty gritty of this video, I just wanted to say a massive thank you to everybody who tuned in last night for the live. Put my teeth in. Live stream, because that was pretty damn good. I really enjoyed that. It was really good. It was a good crowd last night, and everyone had fun by the looks of things, and I thoroughly enjoyed hosting it. So I'm glad those of you who tuned in made it. It made for a good night, and it's probably my best live stream to date. A few of them have been a bit iffy here and there, but I'm starting to get the hang of it, so hopefully that starts to come across, and hopefully you guys still continue to enjoy and watch my videos. So join me today, and we'll see what today brings. So see you for now. Bye bye. Hello everyone, and welcome to Basingstoke Station. And we're just going to be making our way to Portsmouth, and this train I believe is on its way to Southampton Central, which is across country, and this one is a 221 instead of a 220, and the reason why it's a 5-car unit, and the 221s are tilting trains, unlike the class 220s. So that's now off to Southampton Central. Alongside me we've got a London Waterloo bound service, and this is a class 450 Desiro. And the reason why you can tell it's a Desiro 450 is because it's got more doors and it's blue. So they're more commuter trains, whereas the 440s tend to be white. We've got another train down the end there in the sidings, right down the end there, you can probably make that out. So we're waiting on our train, and that will be the 11 o'clock train, which will come alongside platform 2. It's the same train I took to Fareham, except I will stay on it for a bit longer and take it down to Hilsea. So it's the Portsmouth Harbour train we're waiting for, and that is due in at 11 o'clock. So join me then.
The train now approaching platform 4 is 10:72 cross-country service to Manchester. This train is a service from Bournemouth. Right gap between the train and the
So this is a 220 4-car unit, non-tilting. As you may have heard, that's going to Manchester Piccadilly, whereas this 450 is on its way to London Waterloo, and it's on a stopping service. And as I said earlier, you can tell that this is a 450 because of its colour, because it's blue, and also because of the door arrangements. So there's more doors and less seating. It's more packed. It's like more of a commuter train than a tourer, which is usually what they use on the Weymouth trains, which may very well be the next train going on platform 2. If that is the 444, I'll show you it. Just so you can see the difference. Basically on the 444 there's a door at this end, and then there's a door at that end of the coach, and then there's windows all the way down, so it's more seating available on this one.
Southwestern Railway service to Wareham. This train is the service from London Waterloo.
So this is a 444. It is indeed, because it says it on the top. That's kind of the usual giveaway, but also, like I said, 444s are usually in this white livery, and then you just note the doors. There's one on the front of the carriage, and then there's one at the end. So that is the 444, still carrying its old South West Trains logo. So the service now approaching platform number 3 is going to be the 10:57 to London Waterloo. Now it says on the board, and it's quite a good, if you're into your trains, it does tell you all the stopping times, but also tells you importantly how many coaches there are, and you can normally deduce the train just by looking at the number of coaches. Now it says that it had 9 coaches, and that tells me it's a 159, which is exactly what it is now. And there's probably 3 sets, because they're usually in 3-car units, so obviously 3 times 3 is 9, so there should be 3 sets of 159s all coupled together to give us our 9-car train. 1, 2. So there goes one set. There's the second set, and now we've got the third set. Our train is going to be a 444, so this is a 450, and again 450s are made up of 4 coaches, so whenever they say it's a 4-coach, 8-coach or 12-coach train, you know it's going to be a 450. If it's a 10-coach train or a 5-coach train, which in our case is a 5-coach train to Portsmouth Harbour, then that's going to be a 444, which I suspect is what we're getting. And that's just pulling in right now, like this very minute. So this is my train to Portsmouth Harbour. So here it is, 444024, and that will be the train taking me to Portsmouth Harbour. So, see you in a bit. So this is the 444 to Wareham.
We change departure times for some trains.
And this is the train that I would have taken if I'd went with Dave to the Swanage Diesel Gala. That's where he is this weekend. Like I said, I'm on my way to Portsmouth, so my train is due at 11 o'clock. So we'll just see this train off. All the lights are out, so it's good to go. And there it goes. Probably one of the few trains now just carrying still the old South West Trains logo on it, because a lot of them have already got the new kind of branding on it, even if they haven't been repainted. And off it goes.
Real sorted. See it, say it, sorted.
So if you want to work out where to stand, you can see just there's a 5 and a 6, and that's this car stop, and that usually tells you where the train's going to stop, so you can sort of work out, if it says it's a 5-coach train, roughly where it's going to stop. Here it says it's 7 and 8. So these are all these little signs dotted on the platforms that guide the driver where to stop the train, but it's also a guide for us as passengers to know where to sort of stand. So this container train has probably come from Southampton, and we've got this 450 just parked up behind in the sidings waiting its turn to make its way back to London Waterloo. So I'm sitting on the right hand side of the train because I'm hoping that today I'm going to catch Eastleigh Works, and also sitting on this side I'm going to try and catch the flyover that we go under on our way to. Well, we don't actually go under it, we go over it on the way back, but we just bypass it on the way down. So hopefully we'll see that. So join me in a little while. So soon we'll be diverging off, as here we go, just diverging off now. We're about to just see the flyover. You can see us, we're getting jolted about a bit as we're speeding along. And you see the line on the right climbing. Now that line is coming down along the same line that we're going up towards Southampton. The lines that are running underneath is the West of England line, which will go off to Salisbury and Exeter ultimately, where the 159s go, and Andover. There you go. There's the bridge. So that line's just coming over the top. So when we come back, we'll be coming up and over those railway lines. So we're stopping at Micheldever, Winchester, Eastleigh, Hedge-End I think, Botley, and I'm not sure the rest, to be honest, before we get to Hilsea. There's a few more. So this is basically the same train that I took to go to Fareham, except we're just going to stay on it a bit further, a bit longer, to get off at Hilsea and make our way to Portsmouth. So see you soon. So here I am, speeding through the Hampshire countryside on my Class 154. It's a bit rocky, but I'm quite enjoying the ride. Just speeding along. It's not a bad day. It started off a bit gloomy, but I guess it's a bit like my mood at the minute. It's starting to perk up. But it's a really nice train, the 444. It's really comfortable, to be honest. I really like it. So I'm really looking forward to today and seeing who turns up, saying hello to people, and generally having a good day out. So I'll speak to you shortly. So bye for now. So we're just approaching Eastleigh. It's always a good place to come for inspiration and things. There's always lots to see. What I'll do is we're going to go into platform 3. When we get into platform 3 and we leave platform 3, I'll go back onto my normal seat on the right hand side of the train, so we can try and catch Eastleigh Works to see if there's any loco stable there. So Eastleigh's our next station stop. Ooh. 66 lurking behind there. Oh, we've got Class 70. That's all containers. So there's action going on. It's getting a bit close, isn't it? I just love taking it all in. I like taking in all the scenery and all the, just so you can get a rough idea when you're modelling what to expect.
Eastleigh. Please mind the gap between the train and the platform edge.
There's nothing in the yard in terms of locos. As we're going into platform 3. Sorry, platform 2. So join me on the other side. Let me see if there's anything in at Eastleigh Works. Have a look, see in a minute. So we're just about to go, and I'm just back on the right hand side of the train, so I'm hoping to catch Eastleigh Works and see if there's any locos stable there. At this point at Eastleigh, we're going to be diverging left, and that will take us towards Fareham as a Voyager comes past. That's 2:20. So we're going to be diverging left to go towards Fareham and Portsmouth, but I'll be getting off at Hilsea, and to the right are the lines that will take you down to Southampton and Bournemouth. So here we go, we're going to go left now. So our next stop is going to be Hedge End. So like I said, just taking in all the scenery, all the paraphernalia that's littered around. Well, there's 50, I think it was a 57 or 47 down there. So we've got all the bushes. I did see something lurking behind there. Let's see if we can get a closer look. There's a DMU down there that I could just about see. It's very, very quiet by the looks of things. There isn't much to see. Let's see if there's anything on the other side here of the building. Last time I got lucky there was a 57. So let's see if there's anything lurking at the back here. Oh, there's a couple of 57s there. 08 shunter. So now approaching Botley. Got the cement works on our left as we approach Botley. We've also got it on the right, so it spans across the main line. Derelict signal box. And we're now approaching Botley station. Clickety clack as we approach Fareham.
The next station is Fareham.
Just wanted to have a good look at this ballast area. Look at the overgrowth here on the railway. There you go. Quite good, gives you ideas, inspiration. So here we are back at Fareham, where I came a few weeks ago to the Fareham Model Railway exhibition, come to visit Tony, but we're going to stay on this train and carry on to Hilsea. And just to our right is a 159 free car First Great Western, but we're going to stay here.
The next station is Hilsea.
So here I am at Hilsea. I've just arrived. I'm not quite sure where I'm going, to be honest with you, but needless to say, I'm sure with Google Maps and everything like that, that will help me. The guards just waved me off, so that's very nice of him. And yeah, 444022 it's on its way. So we're just going to let that go now. I'm going to see it go. And it's off to Portsmouth. I really enjoyed that. That was a good ride. Just before we go, in case any of you are interested, these are some of the signs I was just talking about that you get on the stations. It says it's a 4-car stop up there, and further down it says it's 5, and then further down it says it's 6 to 10 car, 6 to 12 car stops. And that's usually guides for the driver where to stand. Sorry, where to stop, I should say. As we walk along the station. So, and also on the boards, you kind of get clues on the boards as to what type of train it is. It's like I was saying earlier. The next train, it says up here, is going to Portsmouth and Southsea. I don't know if that's just kind of showing up. I don't know if it does. Kind of hard to tell. But it says it has 4 coaches on it, which tells me it's a 450. Anyway, I'll speak to you soon, and we'll make our way to the exhibition.
This thing that you drop the wires has come off. Yeah, but I was causing it to That's right. That's why you're using your kids.
That's nicely weathered, that.
What's going on?
What's your day today? Did you go to the Alton exhibition?
Sorry?
I'm sure I've seen you at the Alton exhibition.
The
Is it,
Alton?
yeah, has this layout been...
It hasn't, no. Bogner?
It just looked familiar. There's another layout very similar to this. Then
Was it Bogner in January?
Oh, okay.
It might have been...
Are you happy with your Prodigy?
I am actually, yeah. I've just gone and bought the 8 amp booster.
Oh, okay.
Because I needed it because of the size of the layout. It's probably going to miss in January with just a 4 amp system. And going about 4 trains and it starts short circuiting.
Right.
So I've got the 8 amp booster. Everything's all up and running.
I mean, I had the Horby Elite and I've just literally just changed over to a Gauge Master because I was just driving me up the wall. But I've only got a small layout, so it was only just like an end-to-end layout.
You even use on PC, were you?
No, the Elite, I was actually using the box, and I tried the Railmaster, but the problem that I was having with the Railmaster was the fact that they glide so well.
No, I've got one wagon left in its box down there. I couldn't fit it on.
Well, one fit in the fiddle yard. An extension.
If you've been to, I've seen you in Alton.
Yeah.
And also Full Marks, I think you went to Full Marks as well.
Yeah, it's all in the battle honours there where we flew.
How long is this?
Sorry?
How long is it?
12 foot scenic, 16 overall.
Oh, 16 overall. Just trying to think, because I've got 13 foot by 2 foot, and I was kind of thinking, you get quite a lot in here.
Yeah. Also, the angled platform gives you depth about that much more.
Yeah. No, it's very clever, that. It's DCC, isn't it?
Analog.
Oh, is it?
2 controllers.
It's quite rare these days. I
The amount
think.
of stuff I got, I can't afford to make it DCC.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I'm finding that out at the moment
Yeah.
because I used to run analog and now I've converted to DCC.
Right.
It's a quite slow process.
Yeah, I was thinking about doing this one to DCC. Because I've got 6.
What, and just sort of like have specific stock for it,
Yeah,
so you're not spending
yeah.
a huge amount of money
That's right.
converting it.
I mean, I've got 6 locos with sound in anyway, so nearly there. This is probably going to be his last outing. He's going to go in my garage.
Oh, really?
In summer holidays.
So how long's it been around?
2000.
Oh, that's quite a long time.
Its second outing.
Has it had a refurbishment, or has it always
No,
been?
it's always been like this. What I keep doing though, every show it goes to, I buy something to put on it.
Yeah.
So I've been doing all the flowers.
Oh, okay. Yeah. What you mean? All of these
Yeah.
ones down here.
Yeah.
So
And
you
all the
plan on building a new layout?
I'm going to put this in the garage, but I'm building an N-gauge layout at the moment.
Oh, an N-gauge.
Yeah.
Ooh.
This is the partner for Nicton Borrowed. Nicton Borrowed is the same layout. You've probably seen that at shows as well, because there's been a couple of them.
Yeah.
And that's in the 65s, so it's a late steam,
Oh, right.
third row electric.
Yeah, I think I did see something
Yeah.
like that where I kind of thought it does look familiar,
Yeah.
but I couldn't quite put my finger on it.
Well, there's the signal box there, and it's a single tracking with a double slip. And I built that as well with another guy, and I thought, right, what I want to do is run some of my modern stock. So I thought I'd build a modern version of it, which is this one. And the N-gauge version, I'm building an N-gauge version of the older one.
But obviously it being N-gauge, it's going to be a lot longer run.
Same length as this, but more countryside.
Oh, right.
Countryside.
So it's almost like you're extending the middle bit.
Yeah.
So the end bits will be more or less the same, but just extending.
Be more countryside, probably after that bridge there.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's cool.
But it'll be about the same length as this with with that one being the fiddle yard.
Yeah, I mean, because I've seen quite a bit of this layout.
Yeah.
Like I said, I've seen it around Four Marks and Alton. I do like it actually because it's a nice size layout.
Price is right, you can have it.
Yeah, actually, I'm in the middle of building my own at the minute.
Hello, Nick, all right.
I heard the voice. I thought, hello, he's around somewhere.
So here we are back at Hilsea and we're making our way back. Just got a Southern 377 Electra Star, but that won't be stopping, as you can probably tell. My train's due shortly. It's due in about 3 minutes, 2 minutes. And then we'll make our way back to Eastleigh, I think, and if anything's interesting happening in Eastleigh, might get off there, do a bit of spotting before we head our way back to Basingstoke.
Platform 1 for the
Yeah, so here we go.
12 Southwestern
So this is going to be
service to London Waterloo.
So this is going to be two 2450 units because it's an 8-coach train.
Botley,
So we're just going to make our way down.
Eastleigh, Winchester, Mitchell Dever, Basingstoke, Farnborough Main, Woking and London Waterloo. Due to
Right.
short platforms, customers for Portchester, Botley and Mitchell Dever should join the front.
So here comes my train now.
This train is on the 8 coaches. Please have your tickets
So-
ready for inspection on the train. Platform 1
Here
for
we
the
go.
1412 Southwestern Railway service to London Waterloo via Basingstoke.
So here is my train, 450122, as I suspected.
Platform 1 for the 1412
Ooh, let's get this. And here we go.
direction is easterly. Change here for Chandler's Ford, Southampton Central, Bournemouth, Poole and Weymouth. Please mind the gap between the train and the platform edge.
Good afternoon, this is Regards. Welcome aboard the South Western Railway service to London Waterloo. Safety information is displayed in all carriages. Please keep your personal items with you at all times. If you do see anything suspicious, please tell me or the hospital staff. I can be located in coach number 8.
destination is Basingstoke. Change here for Andover, Salisbury, Exeter, Reading, the Midlands and the North. Please mind the step down from the train to the platform.
Welcome to Basingstoke, everybody. It is absolutely hammering it down. As is this 444 right next to me. So this is my 450 getting a wash. That's heading off to London Waterloo now. This is my journey's end. I now catch the shuttle bus back to the leisure park. And I will chat to you from the leisure park. So from my train journey, my Travelogue, Basingstoke, this rather wet, gloomy Saturday afternoon. Bye for now. Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back to my home. I got home safely, and I just wanted to share with you my final thoughts of the day and how it all went. As you guys know, and as you've seen, I went to the exhibition, and hopefully you've enjoyed some of that footage. I've picked up a few bits and pieces from there, and then there's a few bits and pieces that I'm going to show you which didn't come from there, that I'd already got previously, and I was waiting for them to come in. But just a word on the show. I've had a lovely day out. The weather could have been a lot better, but that's just the way it is. And I really enjoyed it, and I got chatting to a couple of people. I chatted to Railway 31, who's on YouTube. Darren, he's a good friend of mine, and because he's still currently building an exhibition layout himself, so I got a good chat with him. And also touching upon yesterday's theme of power and control on the live stream, I got chatting to a chap from Folly End Layout, and again you would have seen that on this video, and I had a conversation with him about his Gagemaster controller, because I noticed that when he was operating he had a Gagemaster Prodigy Advanced. So I sort of touched upon that subject with him, and asked him a few questions about it, and he's made me feel very reassured about buying my Prodigy Express, actually, because he was explaining to me that he runs his layout with a Gagemaster Prodigy Advance, and he's been using Gagemaster for 12 years and he's never had any issues with them. And he told me that his advanced controller after 12 years had decided to pack up. The dial had gone on it, and he basically contacted Gagemaster about it, and even after 12 years, you know, because it's got a lifetime warranty, they repaired it for him and they sent it back to him, and he said that there were still issues with it. So he said, okay, then we must have sent you the wrong one. So he said, bring it back and send it back and we'll sort it out for you. So he got it back eventually, and basically he turned around and said to them, no, it's not my controller. It was a brand new controller. They just gave him a brand new controller just to replace it. So, you know, it just goes to show you, you know, it's you know, I felt really reassured. And he told me that he also bought and that's why he actually bought a booster, because he's got quite a big layout, so he needed the extra ampage, so he bought a booster for it as well. And he said he's quite prepared and happy to stick with Gauge Master because, you know, it's a lifetime warranty. They're based in this country, and I just thought, actually, I think that kind of reaffirms the fact that I think I've made the right choice. I know how I had considered the NCE and stuff like that, but I think I'm really happy with the Gauge Master, and hopefully that is going to be the case for a long time to come. It wasn't a huge exhibition. But it was really enjoyable, and there was a few layouts like you've seen that I really liked, which I specifically put up. I didn't actually spend any money. Well, actually, I did spend money there. I tell a lie, but it wasn't on anything that you'd say was a lot of money. Basically, I just got these two little tins of Humbrol paint, and they are both exactly the same. I just wanted two. Number 70 Humbrol. And these are acrylic, and this is going to be for my scratch build. I'm thinking of doing a live stream on my scratch building tomorrow, because I'm going to do it anyway. And I thought, well, if I do it, I might as well just record it, and you know, there might be somebody interested, because sometimes it's quite difficult to explain how I do things, and sometimes it's just easier if you just see what I'm doing. And I just thought, well, if anyone's interested, then maybe I'll do that. That will probably be more than likely after 4 p.m. It'll probably be either sort of like late afternoon or early evening type of thing. I'm going to see how that goes. But just be aware that it is it might be very well around, so just keep an eye on YouTube, or you might get a notification to say I've gone live. So if you do get a notification to say that I've gone live, it's going to be to do with scratch building. I'm just going to carry on making my building, and these two tins are going to be the two tins of paint that I'm going to be using for the base of the building. Those of you who may have missed yesterday's live stream, oh, hang on a minute, just before I get to that, another thing I bought whilst I was there is some chop blocks, but these are quick release chop blocks. So basically these are going to be used on my layout for joins. Basically, when I split the boards apart, I can just unplug them as opposed to have to unscrew them all. So that's basically what that is. So there's a male and a female side, and one goes into the other, and then basically it offers up a quick release system when needed. So that was the other thing I bought, and those were the only bits I got from the exhibition. The other thing, and the other thing whilst I was there, and I'm going to show you the I think that's going to come last. I took a few pictures, and they're going to come after me chin wagging. And basically, I was having a word with K&S Laser Designs Limited, and they do all manner of laser cut buildings, bridges, low relief stuff, N-gauge, 000, and basically he's going to be making me, I need to decide, he's going to be making me some windows for my warehouse. So I spoke to him about it today, and he just basically said to me that I need to give him the amount that I needed. So I need to work out how many windows I'm going to need for that whole project, because at the moment the mount board hasn't been cut, because I was sort of trying to work out what I was going to do with it, or how I was going to do the windows. Now I've decided how I want the windows done. I just need to give him the quantities of how many windows I'm going to need for the warehouse. So that's what I'm going to be asking him to do, and I'm going to be contacting him next week about it. I liked what he'd done. He had some samples there, and like I said, the samples you'll see on the end of this video. So look out for them, of the low relief of the windows for the warehouse. And the other thing, just before I go, just a couple of bits, just in case you did miss yesterday's stream. I did get a new recruit. I showed you yesterday, if you were tuned in. If not, I got a class 14 teddy bear. I was hoping to get a chip for it today, and I haven't been able to get a chip for it today. so that's going to still have to stay in its box for a bit longer, which is a bit frustrating, but it doesn't matter. It's not the end of the world. The other thing is I ordered from eBay something for my ballast train. I think it was Kev Bygrave. I think it was Kev Bygrave that said he loved my ballast train, and I've got something for it, and that arrived today. So I've got a JCB, and those of you who kind of were watching this video and saw my clips of Eastleigh and of Fareham will see the ballast heaps and the quarry heaps, the limestone ballast there and everything like that. So that will be for that, and that's going to go into the space in the middle there. I may very well alter it slightly to try and get more space. So stay tuned for the next layout update. So that is it from me. I know it's been a bit long-winded, but I always like to make the day as a whole rather than break it up into two bits and pieces. So until the next time, thank you for watching as always. And like I say, if you're interested in the scratch building, then I may very well do that live tomorrow. Because, like I said, I'm going to do it anyway. So I might as well do it live, and then those of you who are interested can actually see what I'm doing and ask any questions as we go along. So bye from Ringwood South, and until my next travelogue, take care, and I'll speak to you all very soon. Bye from Ringwood South.